out. Again, you could try to go to ACT where you're controlling the knife side arm, get your own weapon out, but again, then you'll be switching and then you're going to roll that weapon down. And at that point, I think you're committed to trying to get as many rounds on that dude as possible as fast as you can. There's also the option of staying engaged and taking him down. When we take him down and they have a knife, we're not really going to try to disarm that knife right away because disarming a knife is almost nearly impossible. You have to break it off through the wrist, not allowing them to switch, and you're going to see how easy it is to switch hands. So like when we take them down, what we do with the COs and what we teach for people that either don't have the gun or we stayed engaged and we went to the ground, as soon as I can immediately put a staple across either the weapon itself, preferably the wrist, and then the tricep. So I want to segment in the arm. I want to staple low to the wrist. It's hard for him to get it out, but it's also hard for him to switch hands. We can pin that down with staple, hard for him to switch hands. Then you can strike, work into a choke, whatever you can do to take the guy out at that point, or at least render him unconscious so you can then take the guy and move him there. If you have your weapon on, you may end up on the ground with him, and maybe the staple's an option because trying to move out of that clinch might get you cut. And maybe you stay there, run that staple, and then present, and give him the option if he wants to keep fighting or takes bullets to that. A couple different options that you can do. But for the most part, when I come in to Jay and I get it down here, as soon as I can get a staple on it, even if it's just a hand there, I'm going to staple that. Now Jay goes to yank that out hard. Super difficult, right? And I can be hitting him, I put more pressure on him, push his head away, but I'm stapling that wrist right there. Because even if I staple it out here, right, and he's trying to switch, go ahead and grab the switch, try to switch the knife. Like he's not switching the knife there. I can finish here, I can go wherever, so I'm stapling. If you can get the staple on both the wrist and the tricep, that's where you want it to be. So maybe I come down with my hug arm, I immediately staple here, which is the easiest part. I can post on his head, and I can staple over the tricep there. Now I can take it, I can go to my own gun, whatever I'm going to go to here. If I don't have a gun, you know, I'm stapling that. Maybe I'm going to work in and try to choke him from the back here so that I can render him unconscious, take his knife, and I don't even have to kill him. Different things that you can do from there. Again, you're in a lethal force confrontation, so if you have to shoot the guy, you have to shoot the guy. If you don't have a gun, you may have other options that you got to work through. You got to solve the problem. COs usually don't have guns, so a lot of times we'll say that initial guy's going to get that staple, and then the second guy's coming in and trying to staple down that next arm. That way you can't switch arms. But work through just trying to staple. Maybe we're fighting and we end up like Jay's on his back and trying to take him into custody, and he presents the knife here, right? Now maybe he's here. Maybe what do you think he's going to do? He's going to switch hands for sure, yeah. So now I'm going to find the staple there, right? And now I'm just going to stay in here and not let him switch his hands back. Now I can go to position. So understanding like how I got to staple that limb is really going to not allow him from the grappling portion of it to be able to keep switching hands. Because if we're grappling and he can switch hands, that sucks. Like it is brutal. Like if I'm in guard and I have a gun and he's starting to stab me, right? I've got it. It's so easy for him to switch hands. It's ridiculous, right? Like it's super easy. And I'm taking 4 or 5 steps to the fucking knee, and I can